Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the Google Classroom of Sri Gokulam Public School. This is Nidha ma'am with you, and we are doing a continuation of the previous classes on reported speech. Okay, so welcome to the English online class. And let's quickly go through the next portion for our revision of reported speech. So we have already studied how statements are changed into reported speech, how tense change, pronoun change, time and place change and modal verb change takes place. Now we are going into the next section, that is how interrogative sentences, that is questions, how it is changed into reported speech. Let me just remind you children, the basic rules remains the same for changing interrogative sentences also, which means that verbs, simple present tense will change into past tense, simple past tense will change into past perfect tense. All those basic rules remains the same. Will change into would, can will change into could. Similar kinds of changes. Place change. Tonight will become that night, tomorrow will become next day. So all those basic rules remains the same, but still there are certain more factors which you need to remember when you are changing interrogative sentences into reported speech. So let us quickly go through those changes also. Now before I get into the rules of changing interrogative sentences in reported speech, let me just give you a basic idea of what interrogative sentences are and what kind of questions you can expect under interrogative sentences. So just fairly let us do a revision on that. Now my dear children, questions are divided into two parts. Okay, the two parts, that is, first we have questions for which the answers are given as yes or no. Okay, only yes or no answers are given for these types of questions. For example, you are asking, do you like coffee? Then you say, yes, I like coffee. No, I do not like coffee. Are you teaching English today? So then my answer would be, yes, I am teaching English today. No, I am not teaching English today. There is no more explanation needed over there. Would you like to sit down and talk with me? Yes, I would like to talk with you. No, I do not want to talk with you. So there is only a yes or no answer given for such questions. Then the second type of questions are questions which requires an explanation. Okay, now for examples, questions when you are asking, why are you late today? For that you have to give a reason for being late. I was late today because there was a heavy rainfall. I was late today because my car broke down. I was late today because I was not feeling very good, or I was feeling very ill. So these kinds of explanations you need to give. Another type of questions. How can we prepare tea? So then you have to go for the entire procedure. I prepare tea by boiling the water, then adding tea powder, then adding milk, then adding sugar. So all those detailed explanation needs to be given for such questions. So questions are mainly divided into yes or no answer giving questions and explanation answer giving questions. Yes or no answer giving questions, the questions always start with an auxiliary verb or a modal verb. What are the auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs are is, are, was, were, has, have, did, do, does. Modal verbs we already studied: will, should, can, may, might. All these are modal verbs. So yes or no questions start with an auxiliary verb or a modal verb. Explanatory answers questions start with what, why, where and how. Okay, so these are four type of questions. Basically they are called as WH questions. Okay, WH questions come under explanatory answers and auxiliary and questions come under yes or no answering questions. Okay, so these are the two types of questions that we have. Now, another thing that you need to remember is that how questions are formed, the pattern of the grammatical structure of questions. So, how the questions are formed? Where is the dog? A simple question, okay? It's a very, very simple question. Nothing very complicated in it. Where is the dog? Now, what is the grammatical structure for this? Where is the question word? Then you have the verb, that is, the dog, which is subject. So, generally, questions are formed with the pattern question word plus verb plus subject. Now, when you are giving the answer, what is the pattern of the answer? The dog is in the garden. So, what is the pattern over there? The pattern used is the dog, subject, is verb, in the garden is an object. Okay. So, always the sentences in English grammar come under this pattern, that is subject plus verb plus object, which we are already very familiar with. Only thing is that in the question it is in a reverse order. That is, verb comes first and subject comes later. In the answers, subject plus verb is the answer, or in statements it is subject plus verb. But in the questions, it is always verb plus subject. So, what is the first thing that you need to remember when you are changing interrogative sentences into reported speech? The first thing that you need to remember is that this is the pattern to be followed. Clear? In the sense that whenever you are changing interrogative sentences into reported speech, it has to come in the format that subject plus verb. So, there should be an interchange. The dog will come first and is will come later. Okay. So, that is how reported speech answers should look like. So, first of all, we will look into how yes or no questions, how it is changed in reported speech. So, the first rule is that when you are changing yes or no questions, you have to start the answer with if or whether. If or whether has to be included in the beginning of the answer of reported speech. If or whether. Then what do? Then the next thing is that you will write the subject, which is there in the question. You have to write down the subject. So, if or whether plus subject, then comes the verb, and then comes the object. So, this is the pattern or the structure for changing yes or no questions in interrogative sentences to reported speech. Let us look at 2 or 3 examples. First one is, David asked me, will I help him? So, how is the answer coming? David asked me. That remains the same. If or whether, any one only you need to write, okay? If or whether, I. Your subject is I. Then comes your verb, that is would. Would help, that is your verb, modal verb plus your main verb, okay? Would help him. Him is the object. So, have you seen how the structure is formed? If or whether plus subject plus verb plus object. So, it is the way how it has to be changed. All other tense changes, pronoun changes, everything that has to happen accordingly. Clear? Will we change into would? Okay, so similar kind of changes. Next one. She said, are they waiting there? Okay, answer is she asked if. You can put whether also over there, it is right. She asked if they. Subject is coming second. Are will change into where. It is coming third. Waiting. Where waiting. So is the verb. There. Complement of the object. Okay. So have you seen how the change is happening? This change is very, very important. Most of us, what they do is that you just simply copy it down. If were they, your answer is completely wrong. So this change, remember it very well. Okay, next one. Now any auxiliary verb or modal verb, when you are changing, the pattern remains the same. That is, you start with if or whether, then subject, then verb, then object. When you are changing the verb has to come into past tense, or accordingly that change has to happen over there. Subject, if it is a pronoun, then whatever pronoun change has to happen, that also change happens, but structure remain the structure. Remember the structure very well. Then when there is a do, does or did questions, for those questions there is one more slight change happening. That is, you ask, does she like coffee? When you are writing the answer, you ask if she like coffee. That do or does goes away, and there is no need to add that verb, modal verb over here or auxiliary verb over here. That this is only applicable in the case of do, does and did questions. Clear? For all other, that auxiliary verb or the modal verb has to come in the verb column. Clear? So this is how you change yes or no questions in reported speech. WH questions or questions that require explanations as answer. How do you change that? It is very simple. Over here you need not add if or whether. The pattern goes as in question word. Okay, whatever WH question word that you are using, it is what, why, where, how, whatever question word is there, that question word you will use. Then, as explained earlier, subject. Okay, we will use the subject over there, and then comes then what comes after that? Then comes the verb. Okay, we will use verb after that, and then the final is the object. So, as when you are converting questions into statements, like how I said previously, the subject, verb, object has to be included. Over here also same pattern is being used. Subject, verb, object pattern is there. And only thing is that along with that, in the beginning, instead of an if or whether, we are adding the question word which is given in your question. Let us look into the example. First one, they asked, how is the weather? How do you change it? They asked, how. The word is again repeated over here. How the weather. Subject is will come in the end and it will become was. So, they asked how the weather was. Subject is changed to second position and verb is changed into the third position. That is the only change that is happening over there. Of course, the tense change also. She asked, what is she doing? Answer, she asked what she was doing. Okay, again subject comes second, verb comes third, and that's the end of the statement. Next, the teacher asked, why was Reena late? Answer, the teacher asked why Reena had been late. Now was is past tense, simple past tense. So simple past tense, when you are changing it, it becomes what? Past perfect tense. So those changes you have to remember. So the teacher asked why Reena had been late. Is it clear, children, how interrogative questions are changed into reported speech? For all your exams, one interrogative sentence in the conversation will be there. When I gave exercises yesterday and day before yesterday, I had made or structured sentences which does not have interrogative sentences, but for your examination, one interrogative sentence. It could be an either yes or no question or a WH question. But one question of interrogative model will be there, so you should study it. Conversations generally include a question and an answer format. Conversation will be there. So A dash, B dash, 1 will be an interrogative question. Is it very clear for you? Now, let us quickly move into how imperative and exclamatory sentences are handled in reported speech.